Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel, True Divine 44. You can also get me on my Facebook page, True Divine 44, and it is the True Divine for both Instagram and Twitter. True Divine for Bitchute, True Divine 44 for Bitchute as well. Any of those, like, share, follow, subscribe, much appreciated. Comments in particular, I appreciate you all who do that thus far. I'm sorry I missed yesterday. I put out as much free content as I can on a daily basis. I've had to take on some extra commitments as well as work and mothering this week, so bear with me. This week I'll get to you as much as I can. So this is where I combine the energy work that I do with the tarot work that I do to bring you a narrative to help guide you on your day, to help you make sense of the energies within you, around you, and indeed within others. Take what resonates as it is general and leave what does not. Feel free to leave a comment and let me know whether it resonates or not and how it resonates if you feel comfortable doing so. So this is for the 14th of November 2020. Another interesting day. Could it be anything else in the year of 2020? I think not. Whatever you want to say about this year, it has been interesting for sure and has offered us the opportunity for a hell of a lot of growth in every area of self. If you're harnessing it correctly, it's offered us every opportunity also for devolving, you know, for a lot of people where they haven't been willing to harness the energies for what they are, and grow and learn the lessons from that, expand from that. Instead, I'm seeing a lot of people that are shrinking up because of the intensity of the lessons that are being brought and the lack of or willingness to do the inner work. You're seeing a lot of people shrink up, a lot of people's light bodies dissipating. And so be aware of that when you're dealing with people. I think we have to be aware that we are in different times and we're going to come across people that light us up, that make us feel like, wow, this is what it's like to be around like-minded people. And there are going to be people that you're looking at and it's hard to recognize them as the same type of being as you, because there's such a opposite end of the spectrum being very apparent. So on the bottom of the deck for the 14th of November, we have the King of Swords here. And so this is an authority figure, politician, police, army, somewhat in the churches, but we see, and it seems a bit meaningless to say, but I mean in droves today, somehow, some way, different parts of the world, in particular the UK, a lot of authority figures trying to re-establish their authority, trying to re-establish their power. And so we see a lot of people getting arrested. We see a lot of people getting threatened by these authority figures, maybe new rules coming out, new, in America, the court cases, you know, new information regarding them. Be aware that I've been picking up from America is that, you know, everything right now is a psyop around the world. And so we are seeing, feeling for today in the US that more information, or there'll be more speeches made regarding the fraud and the upcoming court cases to re the fraud. I know this is hard to understand or transmit for a lot of people, but it is from my knowing that this has been all a script. From whatever side, I don't, you know, particularly want to get into that. From I think a part of both sides. You know, people have infiltrated every side on every spectrum of systems of power, and so I think labels and stuff like that become a little bit detrimental to the message, because it is just to be aware of it everywhere. I think that a lot of this script regarding whatever's going to be coming out today regarding the court cases and things is that the power systems of the judicial system are going to be able to stamp their authority to make, to try and build love for that part of the system again, to try and build trust for that part of the system again, by them seemingly looking like they're doing something, looking like they're acting in the way that they should be acting as far as the judicial system should go. So be aware of that, see it for what it is, unpick it, don't just look at the surface, because they're trying to offer some kind of reprieve here. It's the narcissistic cycle of the up, down, you know, the nastiness and then the gifts, the nastiness and then the love bombing. So they're really trying to stamp the authority of the authorities again and build some kind of trust again. So, you know, they commit all of this fraud and then they can use the judicial system to make it look like it is working for the people. And so, and on the surface, it will look like it's doing so. And that goes for everywhere, but it is in particular today for some reason. I'm not sure if it's a special day for anything in the US, but there's some kind of documents or speeches coming out that will try and make people fall in love with the judicial system again, fall in love with, you know what I mean? So we have the page, sorry, on the bottom of the other deck, we have the Queen of Wands. And so it's really important right now to harness, not forget the parts of us that make us really human. And we're seeing it in the UK in particular, this attack on what makes us human as connected beings, as connective beings, sensual beings, creative beings, beautiful beings. There's this separation, and it being the 6 foot. All part of magic spells to disintegrate and disseminate the building blocks of relationships. So in particular today, try and stay connected. You see, she has the wand here. She has her sunflower here. Lovely Gaia sends sunflowers on emojis, and the sunflower is a symbol of peace, hope. It reaches for the sun, it reaches for the fire, it reaches for the benevolent. And so, and it grows tall, so it goes above the surface layer chaos or whatever might be impeding its growth on the ground level. It goes, shoots straight up, and it is a symbol of peace and hope. You see that she has her black cat, you know, this intuition in her dark space where she goes to meditate, her guidance structure of how she goes forward with things. Hook into that, really make that a major part of you always, but in particular today. She has her wand of passion, sensuality, creativity, connectedness. She also sits with her legs open, and so this is the invitation to explore the dark womb and manifest all of the possibilities of connectedness with yourself and with another. And so all of this magic spell that is being put out everywhere, and I feel it so strong in the UK, to try and disintegrate and dissolve that sensuality, that connection to not only to self, but with others too. Long-term partners. And so before you make any major decisions regarding divorce, there's a lot of people considering divorce with this King of Swords. You know, make sure that you're not making it from a place of being unhooked from everything that this Queen of Wands is. She is of peace, she is of benevolence, creativity, intuition, and passion, sensuality. So maybe there are some things that could be fixed if you don't allow yourself to be trapped by this magic spell. Of course, for some people, the message will be what the message has been for weeks, is to, you know, it's time to separate. But for a lot of people also, I feel that this effect has been through these magic spells, through this hidden messaging, this hidden frequency that's being sent out, that is part in people, that is dissolving that connection, that actually in its natural state would have stayed strong and gotten stronger. So make sure you're making any decisions from a place of creativity, sensuality, connectedness before you make any major decisions, and pull in those authority figures, the lawyers and whatnot, to start divorce proceedings. So we have the Page of Wands as the first card after that long spiel, and it's in reverse. And so this is a warning not to be too just get up and go without looking at the situation, without really, like I said before with the Queen of Wands, connecting to yourself and knowing whether you're doing it from a place of who you really are, or whether you're being channeled and cattled into doing it by an outside force, whatever that might be, in your individual life and from the collective stage. Be aware to not be too what do you call it when you act on impulse, to act on impulse too much without connecting to yourself. This is an energy that is will walk into dangerous positions and maybe take others around them with them, just out of absolute naivety, or not having that connection to yourself, to your own fire, to your own passions. So be aware of that. Also, there is gossip for a lot of people. A lot of people are being affected by others who aren't willing to do the inner work, having gossiping about them behind their back. It's not very nice gossiping, it's petty gossiping, but you know, energies like that grow, and so, you know, be aware to nip that in the bud. Be brave about nipping that in the bud. Be obvious about nipping that in the bud today, while you still can, before the story starts to have energy fed into it, that it becomes real in a lot of people's eyes. So to clarify this card in reverse, we have the Fool card in the upright. So the Fool card is that card that, you know, goes forward on the journey, enjoys the full experience, the pain, the love, the beauty, the ugliness, the distorted and the symmetrical, and is aware of the dangers, but goes forward anyway. And of course, this is a beautiful thing. This is the explorer, the intrepid explorer, the one that really wants to make the full of this experience. The message here would be to, yes, do that, but make sure you're not being channeled to do that because you are obviously in alignment to start something new, go somewhere new, be something new. Though energies like that are being picked up upon, make sure that you're doing that for you and from a place of connectedness, rather than being cattled and channeled into a place or of doing something that isn't actually from you, that is from an outside influence. Again, in your individual life, if the gossip thing resonated with you, then that is very important also, that to be aware that you are doing this full journey for you, and not being channeled by others that are actually not for you, but behind your back or against you. So take note of that, and really look into yourself before you go forward today. As far as the Fool card, and this Page of Wands in reverse, what else do I want to say? It's where the Fool card is not afraid of the experience in its entirety. The Fool card is just happy to be here, happy to have this experience in skin, to be able to feel, touch and smell the way the human body can, to have those senses and have that experience of having those. The message is to be aware of what is going on, of course, and to do what you're led to do and here to do, to make change, to liberate this realm and yourself and others around you in doing that. But to not get too serious about the game. because when we get too serious about the game, this is when you're playing a game with somebody like Monopoly or something, and they've gone for all of the big name hotels, so they haven't got as many little houses on each card thing on each street. But then you realize that little by little, the person who's spread their wealth out, who has let it flow, who hasn't been too fixed in the game at the start, is actually winning because they haven't been conditioned to go for the big names of Pall Mall and things like that. They've just got a wide array, a variety. They haven't held on to their funds. They've let it flow throughout the game. And you realize the person who has gone for the big hotel, so doesn't have as much, does get big payoff when you land on that one or two that they have, start losing. They're the ones that get too serious about the game. They're the ones that will gossip behind your back. They're the ones that will cause drama outside of themselves because they can't look at themselves. And they're the ones that will flip the board up. I had a cousin like that. He could not play without cheating. And when his cheating didn't work, he would flip the board all up and everything would go flying. And that was the game done, over, finito. Don't get too serious about it either. Know that you're here for a reason. Know that you're here to make changes and go forward and have this experience in its entirety, but not to be a board flipper. You know, don't be a board flipper. Nobody wants to play with a board flipper. So to not get too serious about it. Even when you're nipping gossip in the bud, you know, nip it in the bud, let it go. You know, don't even let them have your energy like that. Once you've isolated the problem, nipped it in the bud, let it go, throw it away. Don't let them take anything more from you. So the next card is the Ace of Pentacles. And so this is a beautiful card in that it offers newness. It offers a line of prosperity if you go with your full energy, if you go with your connected energy and are led by your intuition. There are lines of prosperity. There are timelines that can be brought in by you, for you, to create a newness in your reality. A gift from the heavens, when actually it's a gift from your higher consciousness, just finally being able to see a path, see a way. And that is super, super important to hold on to today, and make yourself not be a board flipper for that very reason, because this is what you will draw in, this is what you will bring in. And I speak out intent for all of this that resonates with anybody that is listening. I speak this out with intent that I back you in every single way for prosperity, for abundance, for sustainability and bliss within that reality. So we have the 10 of Wands to clarify this card. So it means that something clicks with this Fool card energy, and nipping some gossip in the bud and really connecting to self and really seeing these authority figures for what they are, as psyops, to say the least. It turns a key today where this 10 of Wands, a cycle that has been hard and burdensome and real troublesome. It takes, see this authority figure here going for this person and this woman begging. That you see them for what they are. So even in your individual life, somebody that you've maybe let get away with a little bit too much, this person that's gossiping, for instance, all of a sudden when you stand up for yourself and nip it in the bud, you see them for what they are, that there's a weakness there, that there's not a fortitude there. So that's why they externalize the shit onto you, because they can't look at their own. So there's something that clicks, something that moves today. Now, you know, right now the contentions are strong, the disorder is strong, and that is all manipulated to be so. So that where we've got that release, there is this Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords in reverse, ouch, that comes in. The Queen of Swords upright, it's one of my cards. I'm a Gemini. Beautiful, you know, that standoff energy, but loving, but, you know, wise and blah, blah, blah. In reverse, ouch. You don't want to meet a Queen of Swords in reverse. Queen of Swords in reverse will take your head off for sneezing. A Queen of Swords in reverse abuses their authority. So if this is in your individual life, if this person who you've called out for gossiping is resonates with the Queen of Swords, you'll see this manifest when you go to nip this in the bud. They'll try and take you down from your ankles, just swipe that sword across the ankles, get that Achilles heel, try and take you out. Don't let that happen. This is a very narcissistic energy, very self-serving energy, and really does not like it when you stand up for yourself. And so we see that in the 10 of Wands. So you get this release, you ascend, you level up. Whoever was trying to hold you in the 10 of Wands does not like that, and they turn into this ouch, 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 Queen of Swords in reverse. And so that you'll see that, you'll know that, recognize it for what it is. The Queen of Swords in reverse, the best tonic on most occasions is to obliterate the contact. That's it, that's done, gone out, block whatever you need to do to take away the power of the Queen of Swords, because it is a powerful energy. But it's only as powerful, I think, today as the power that you give it. And so to clear that out, we've got that with the clarifying card being the Ace of Swords. And in this deck, you see that they're going for the head of the snake. The cat is going for the head of the snake. It's not going for the body. It's got the head pinned down, and it's going to, just as this Queen of Swords in reverse, in the lower frequency, you'll take out your Achilles heel for sneezing. This energy, you've found something within you that is able to defend, that is able to see it for what it is, that is able to just cut the head off the snake and allow it to not exist in your life anymore. Now, on the collective stage, please look out and please comment if you see anything that comes up, because there is this female energy that turns my stomach, quite frankly, saying some things that, for the people in the know, for the people who've been researching, the conspiracy realists, the conspiracy scientists, the intuitives, the psychics, that they'll all feel the same way about this woman. Now, I haven't got a name. One of the names actually that did come up earlier when I was shuffling was Kamala Harris. Now, I can't remember if she is a lawyer, a politician, but I've seen her do speeches and she turns my stomach. Somebody, either her or somebody like her, making a speech, it definitely feels like it's coming from American ground, but again, it's a bit of a universal energy in that this not so divine feminine energy actually being put forward to try and bring some kudos, in the divine feminine people, to try and bring some trust in energy back, and it doesn't work. For the people who know, you can see that this is one of the heads of the snakes that needs to because she says certain things in this speech that really is so obvious, to put some certain things into place for the people who have been doing the research and watching things for what they are. It feels like she lets slip something that she shouldn't, and that's happening a lot lately. And that does happen with narcissists when they feel like they've got all powerful, when they feel then threatened and cornered. They project so much that it's obvious. They actually tell you what they are, tell you what they're going to do. Now, in particular, also there's an energy in France and the UK that is of the not so divine feminine nature, making similar type speeches, standing up, talking to mainstream media. And there's something very obvious within these speeches, three of them, the three women, saying things that make them, for the people in the know, make them the target to be the head of the snakes that need to be you know, to not be given any more power. So speak out about that when you come across it, you know, make sure your comments are heard, write into whoever you need to write into. Not that I'm saying that these authority figures are gonna listen to any written letters, but dictate your letter, put it out on a video so that others know what you're writing. Let them be bombarded, because if they feel that they have too much contention and too much fight back, then it does limit their plans. It does change certain things in the timelines. So everything like that helps, and everybody has a different role to play in that. So that is the reading for the 14th of November. It's going to be a full-on day for sure. You know, don't be pulled down by that energy when you release yourself from gossip, from false friends, false people around you, false politicians and whatnot, you know, and the petty gossipy drama, and you release this Ace of Pentacles, and you release the coming end to a burdensome cycle. You know, don't be pulled down again by this energy. Be emboldened to be this cat, and cut the head off the snake. So you can do it. I know you can. You guys are awesome. I wish you a fabulous day, with everything that you need within it to ascend, to level up, and strike on that abundance and that release from any burdensome cycles. Much love. Stay balanced and stay whole. If you'd like a personal reading with me, or any spiritual guidance sessions, which are awesome, any energy work sessions, which of course are awesome too, you can hit me up at truedivinemedia@gmail.com, or you can get me through a private message on my Facebook business page, True Divine 44. Love you all.